This was the moment most Cameroonians feared. They never wanted to get to this point of the ifs of the calculators. But one thing remains: how can three defenders get beaten by one player from the midfield right to their box and score a goal? A moment that has left many to ask themselves questions, remembering the likes of Benjamin Massing, who did beautifully against Argentina in the 1990 World Cup. At most times, it is important for one to take one for the team. Yesterday, the likes of Christopher Wu, born in France, and Boyomo, born in Toulouse, France as well. They were not clinical enough to stop that particular player in scoring that goal. Or how do you want to explain that one player beats the midfield, beats the defense, and scores a goal, and is being escorted, being ushered by three defenders? And many sports pundits would think a more clinical and experienced Michael Gandhi would take one for the team. But that was not the case yesterday, as the Lions succumbed to a 1-0 defeat to Cape Verde Blue Sharks, thereby condemning their fate of qualifying directly for the World Cup now in ruins. Because as it stands, the Lions will be hoping and praying that Cape Verde loses their next two matches in the month of October, where the Lions themselves happen to win. And don't forget, the Lions are playing against Mauritius away and Angola at home, with Cameroon's record not being the best out of the Fandena Stadium. Many are expecting nothing short of victory and 6 points for the Lions should they want to qualify directly or make it to the playoffs position for Africa, given that as it stands, Cameroon is not even favorite in that particular competition. One thing remains: the standard of Cameroon football has dropped tremendously. The likes of Claude Derio winning the 1988 AFCON, the Ravensburg doing so in 1984. We equally have for the likes of Pierre Lachan in 2000, and not forgetting the triumphant mastermind of Wilfred, and most recently Hugo Bruce in 2017. Since then, it has been hopes upon hopes, where Cameroonians now celebrate qualification and not the main thing. Football is dropping. No grassroots football, no youth football, and the leagues are not doing well. When it has to do with intercontinental competition, so much work needs to be done. It's not only about the national team, it's not only about qualifying for the AFCON or the World Cup, but one thing remains: we must learn to grow our own football, if at all we want to get back to the pinnacle of African football. Till then, we wait, we pray, we wish that the Lions that they were being known in the 90s and the early 2000s return back to the peak of African football, without which the continent will only lament and celebrate past glories.